Hi, my name is Victor. Today I'm going to show you how to convert from degrees to radians and radians to degrees. This is a question that I get asked a lot by trig students, and it sounds complicated, but it's actually very simple to convert from degrees to radians or from radians to degrees. For example, let's say I had 120 degrees and I'm asked to convert these 120 degrees into radians, so into a radian measure. So what we're going to do is we're going to multiply by the conversion factor that takes me from degrees to radians, and we're going to see that that's going to be this one to my right. I want to convert from degrees to radians. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply by this conversion factor, which is pi radians over 180 degrees, right? Now what's going to happen is this 120 degrees to my left, we could put this over 1 since it's a whole number, right? Now what's going to happen here is that the degrees are going to cancel. So they cancel out each other. And we're left with, we multiply top times top, bottom times bottom. So 120 times pi radians would simply just be 120 pi radians, right? Over 1 times 180 on the bottom, which would just be 180. Now, we notice that this 120 and this 180, they could be simplified. If we divide those two numbers by the greatest common factor between the two, which would be 60, right? I know that 120 divided by 60 gives us a value of 2, and 180 divided by 60 gives us a value of 3. So we see how we could reduce the 120 and 180. We reduce them by dividing each number by 60. That will give us a 2 over 3. And we're left with, we just carry over the pi radians. So 2 over 3 pi radians would be our final answer. Converting from 120 degrees to radians is complete here. Now, let's say we wanted to go from radians to degrees. So simply, we just convert radians to degrees by multiplying by the conversion factor. So I'm going to delete all this. So now let's say we wanted to go backwards, right? Let's say they had given us the 2 over 3 pi radians, right? And they told us convert these radians into degrees. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to multiply by the conversion factor going from radians to degrees, which is on my left. So we're going to go ahead and multiply these radians by the conversion factor of 180 degrees over pi radians. Now you're going to notice that pi radians are going to cancel each other out, and we'll be left with 2 times 180 and 3. Basically there's a 1 here because it canceled out. So we do the 2 times the 180 and we do the 3 times the 1, right? Now we know that 2 times 180, for those of you that don't have a calculator, right, we just simply multiply 2 times 0, that's 0, 2 times 8, that's 16, carry the 1, 2 times 2 is 2, but you got to add 1, so that's 3, so that's 360, and 3 times 1, that gives us a value of 3. Now 360 divided by 3 gives us a value of 120, and what was left, we see how we had radians canceled out, but we were left with degrees. So we got to carry over our degrees. So that's simply it. Converting from radians to degrees or from degrees to radians, you just use one of the two conversion factors, here and here. Until next time, have a good day.